Hello everyone. So this is going to be a video and probably a video series on these hydroponic plants. Now I've shown these off before in my garden update videos and they're my brothers. They're chili plants. I think they're jalapenos. Yeah, pretty sure they're jalapenos. But the thing is, he doesn't take care of them. And he once you put them in this bin, it's got the air stones and everything. He never did anything with them. So he never changed out the water. He never put nutrients in them. He gave them a light that was on 24/7. And that's not how it should have been done. So now look at these guys. They're wilting. And one of the reasons that they're wilting is if you look, they have really brown roots, like to the extreme. So how do we fix this? Well, I was looking online and turns out that they may have a thing called a root rot or something like that. Either a fungus or just a nutrient imbalance or something like that. So I'm gonna see if I can revive these plants, because you're gonna see these guys are wilting. Look, they started flowering actually. There's a flower, and that's probably due to the when plants think that they're dying, they start flowering. Just has to give their seeds, so that may be one of the causes of the flowering. They think they're dying, which they are. I'm gonna see if I could save them, because these guys, if you look at the update videos in the past, I could probably put up a little like picture or like video showing of what these guys were and what they looked like beforehand. They were humongous and big, but the stems were kind of weak because he never had a fan on them, because what you're supposed to do is if you have a fan on these guys and they're blowing, their stems get stronger. Like this is kind of strong, but not really. So I'm gonna see if I could help these guys out, save them a little bit, and yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how bad it is. Okay, so this guy in the back, like look how small his stem is. It's really small and flimsy. Excuse me. Okay, so there's that. Oh, there's a leaf. All right, now this guy, he's got a whole bunch of leaves. And what happened to this one? Oh, he's right here. Oh, this guy just fell apart. Look, he just fell apart in my hands when I tried to pick him up. He might not make it, to be completely honest. Didn't seem like he got a lot of sunlight in the beginning. So that's that. And I've heard that if you decrease the temperature on the water itself, excuse me. Oh, look, there's a June bug. Get away. Okay. I've heard if you decrease the temperature on the water itself, the bacteria that's in there, it'll die off and it won't have a place to, well, it won't have a habitat to live in. So I'm going to try and move these guys into my house. Hopefully no one's got a problem with that, but I'm gonna move these guys into my house so it's a little cooler in there, because right now it's like 83 degrees in here, 85 maybe, and it's really hot in this shed that we have them in. So I'm gonna move them in my house. It's gonna be like 68 degrees, perfect for these guys. So first off, we're gonna drain the water. I don't know if my brother has a little hole where I could drain the water. Nope, there is nothing there. So with that being said, we might have to stab a hole in this thing. Stab a hole, and then we're going to plug it up just so we could keep draining the water later on. Or I could just dump the water out. I think I might just do that. I'm just going to dump the water out and then refill it. But I got to take it outside to do that. So let's do that. Alright, now before we do that, like I backed up the little cart right here. That's as far as it's going to go. So I'm gonna have to drag it. But what I want to do is I got this little like hydroponics bag thing or box, and inside of it it's got nutrients for the plants to make them grow, make them flower, make them root in, and then it comes with all these little things. Now I got this so I could do my own hydroponics, but I mean I haven't done those yet. So basically, what I want to do is I want to test the pH with this little pH tester kit, and I want to test the pH of the water, just to see if that's a factor in any of this. It might be, because if you have the wrong pH, which it probably does for these plants, because you're supposed to be sitting at like a 6.5 maybe for these chili plants. Now, if you're at the wrong pH, then certain nutrients won't be absorbed by the plant, and that could be the cause of the wilting. That could be the cause of them not flowering before. And yeah, so let's go ahead and test it. I've never used one of these, so I'm gonna fiddle around with it and figure it out. Alright guys, so I did it, and the color came out like this. It is very green, like as green as the leaves. Probably even greener, and that matches up perfectly with 8.0 on the scale. So basically, that's really bad. That's really basic. So I need to add some acid pH down. And basically how this scale works is it is, how do you say it? It's kind of like the Richter scale. Not cumulative, exponential maybe, where every increment, so 6 would be like so many times greater than 5. It's not just like an increment higher, or a degree higher. It's an exponential value higher. So if we're sitting at 8, focus there. So if we're sitting at 8, that is really bad. Now, I don't have any of that pH down. I could probably find some. I could definitely find some. So yeah, let's do that. And we're gonna test the water after. Well, actually, we don't need to get any as of now. The reason being, we're gonna change out the water. So since we're gonna change out the water, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test the water again and see if I need to adjust for any of those values. And the reason it's so high is because my brother never really did anything to treat the water. He never put any of these. He never put any acids or bases into it. He never tested it in the first place. So that's that. All right, guys, I'm gonna get it outside. Oh man, guys, this is a lot heavier than it looks. Like, it is really heavy. I'm having a lot of trouble getting it up on here. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I found the solution. Check it out. Instead of using a regular old cart, we'll put it on a dolly. And I know water's gonna spill out of here pretty badly. So, it's gonna get wet in my brother's little shop, and he's gonna be mad. But it's his fault that this happened in the first place, so I don't care at this point. All right, let's go outside. Okay guys, now I was able to pull it out all the way out here, and it's really, well, I got water everywhere. But as I was pulling it out, I came off this little ledge right here, and look what happened. This guy's cup broke, because my brother, of course, the cheap ass that he is, didn't want to spend all the money and, well, buy actual hydroponic plant cups. So he fashioned his own out of these, whatever these things are. And because of that, look at what happened. It broke. So now he's going to be sinking into there. See, look, just breaking. It's cheap. I don't know about that. I could probably keep it running for a little bit, but once I empty the water out, I'll be able to push it back up and maybe tape it or something for the time being. Well, because I think that's all I'll be able to do. So I'm going to dump it out, and then we're going to fill it back up with water, and then we're going to test the pH. So let's do that. Quality. Okay, so my brother actually came out here to help me, and we realized that there was a problem. Problem being, it's leaking right here where we had it sealed. It broke off the seal. So to prevent it from leaking, we have another bucket actually over here that we were going to use for something, or that my brother was going to put another batch of hydroponics in. Thank God he didn't. But we're going to go ahead and seal these up. So we're going to go ahead and seal these up and then transfer the plants from that bucket over to this one and fill this one with water once we get closer to the house. So yeah, that's the plan. These guys, they'll be all right. We just need a little bit of love. Love. All right, guys, I went ahead and dumped all the water out. Oh, maybe you can see it better right here. I went ahead and dumped all the water out, filled up the bucket halfway, and then I tested the pH on it. Now I just wanted to test it just so I could get a base reading. It's still green, but if you look, the green, hold on. The green is slightly yellow, and it's very similar to that one, 6.5. So, with that being said, it's a very, very, well, positive reading in my book, so that things are going well. And then now, I'm going to fill the rest of it up. I'm going to fill it up all the way, cart it into my room, and then we're going to add some nutrients, like here, we're going to add some nutrients back into the water. And then, well, and then I'm going to hook up the pumps, and then we're going to take another reading of the water again to test the pH with the nutrients in it. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so went ahead and sealed this. Some waterproof silicone sealing thing. Sealed it there, and I sealed it on the inside. See, these are the two air stones that my brother had gotten to use. See, he made two buckets. One bucket there, and one bucket here. Yeah, so now that we have that set up, I have to wait 2 hours for this to dry, and then I'll come back and then we'll fill this with water and then bring it all into the house. However, problem, I don't want to wait 2 hours. So I'm going to wait about an hour, and then we're going to fill it up. We're going to fill it with water. And I went ahead and turned the bubbler on, the air stone on for this one. So these guys won't be just like sitting in stagnant water. Well, yeah, I hope, like, I had originally not planned to just change them out into another bucket, but it looks like that's going to have to be the case. So let's hope that changing them out into separate buckets multiple times doesn't really affect them or shock them too bad, and they'll be able to bounce back pretty quickly. Like, they already kind of look better after I cleaned this up a little bit. So yeah, there's that.